One of the problems with malaria, like many other infectious diseases, is that you can be infected and not have any outward signs and symptoms of disease. We wanted to study the natural history of asymptomatic malaria infection in a place that had a lot of malaria. And what we thought was that in many studies where they just get one sample one time per person, this might not describe how many people were infected, and it certainly doesn't say what happened the day before or the day after.
An international effort to better understand how malaria spreads connected UW-Medicine researchers in Dr. Sean Murphy's lab with scientists in northeastern Uganda, a region known for high transmission.
We trained about 130 people through these clinics to take the dried blood spot cards home with them and collect their own dried blood spots every day for a month. About half of the participants had malaria at some point during that 1 month period. And when we took the samples and tested them serially for each person, the stories that those tests told for each individual showed just how dynamic this malaria infection can be. We have big ambitions about eliminating malaria in the world, and if you have people who are infected and can transmit but have no outward signs and symptoms, you need a different way to try to identify those people, because otherwise it gets that much harder to intervene with public health tools to try to eliminate the parasite.
An important member of the research team now has roots in both Uganda and Seattle.
I literally led the field component of the study. And it was quite challenging because it came at a time when we had the pandemic ranging over, and international and local movements were kind of restricted, but I was lucky enough to have been in the field with the team.
Tony is a Ugandan scientist, and one of the neat outcomes of this study after it was all done is that Tony has been admitted as a pathobiology PhD student here at the University of Washington, and he just started his PhD program in September, so he'll get to get even more advanced training and hopefully go on to be a real important malaria scientist in Uganda one day.
If you look at malaria, 95% of malaria is in Africa. But then most of the research and solutions, biomedical interventions are developed out. I want to do translational science. Something that, yes, I get to develop a solution that directly applies to solve a problem that is out there in the community.